Today, Wednesday the 5th of July, the NHS is marking 75 years since it began. PAHT has changed significantly since its official opening ceremony on the 27th of April 1965, attended by Her Royal Highness Princess Alexandra. We have cared for and supported millions of patients since opening the doors 58 years ago. This has been supported by the implementation of many procedures and treatments that are now a mainstay of the work of a modern acute hospital, probably most notably the introduction of CT in the 1970s and MRI in the early 1980s.
Yeah, I think the biggest change is certainly, in 2005, when I joined the trust as a student, we were still dipping film, and then 2006, 2007, we saw the enhancements of digital coming on board, and certainly that was the single biggest change in radiology that we've seen in many, many years. We have obviously got CT and MR, which came in soon after that, and a little bit before with some sort of single slice CT that we were running on, now a multi-slice, so it's much quicker for our patients. AI has come in the last couple of years. It allows us to sort of analyse chest imaging of CT. It points out any sort of missed nodules for cancer, and it basically gives us a better outcome for our patients. It detects things earlier. It's a real advancement, and we're one of the first trusts in the region to do it. So some of the trusts in the region have got what's called multiplanar reconstruction. We're one of the ones who've got one of the most advanced one, where we can sort of manipulate the images, put it into 3D. We can change different angles, different views to sort of get the best imaging, and we can do that all on an iPad. So the processing is in a server room, and gets the imaging available to our clinicians, readily available and easily.
And even that has advanced over the years. I remember we first started with that, you'd sit for ages, taking off layers and to get to like the bony detail.
Yes, you'd have to manually reconstruct it.
You just tweak, set a little different button, and then you go, and before you know it, you've got like a 3D image of a skull that you can view 360 degrees in any which way that you want to see it, or any part of the body. It's quite fantastic, and you can do that within moments now, and you can do a scan of the whole body and reconstruct any imaging from that. So if a patient's come in for a CT whole body for trauma, you can reconstruct images of, like if there's a wrist fracture, you can reconstruct that and just do fantastic imaging from that. It's amazing.
But of course, we couldn't provide high quality care for our patients or keep our services going without all of our amazing people. From our fantastic estates and facilities team, ensuring that our hospitals are clean, fit for purpose, and providing meals for our patients and our people, to our corporate teams working behind the scenes to schedule appointments and manage the daily running of the hospital, right through to our doctors, nurses, midwives, allied health professionals, and all other healthcare professionals, ensuring that our patients receive the right care at the right time and in the right place.
But the way we do our testing has changed. I remember when I first started out, to do a biochemical test, you did one per day. So for example, you may look for HIV on Mondays, Wednesdays, you might do Hep B on Tuesdays, Fridays, because you had to do one target at a time. Whereas now, you can do all of those every day in one single test. Even in biochemistry and in hematology, before you do a blood film and you look at a single slide for each patient, now you could put whole samples into the machine, and it actually does all of the work for you. And at the other end, you have to interpret the results. So now the skills have changed. So the skill is no longer looking down a microscope, counting the individual cells. Now it's about interpreting the results in order to give the patient the more accurate results. Because imagine, if you can only look at one single blood film, you might spend 10, 20 minutes looking at a single film. Whereas now the automated system, they can get to 50 samples in that same time span. The other advantage is you're now able to track each sample. So because we now use barcodes, before we used to have to write on everything, there's no looking at the forms, looking at the specimen, trying to work out who wrote what and whether the name matches. Because it's a barcode, it's all the information is there. The patient's name, their NHS number, their date of birth, everything is there, ready and available. And you can track what tests have been done on that sample. You are able to report it as the result comes available. So it's no longer having to wait days in order to churn out results. That's one of the biggest advantage now to what it was when I first started to what it is today. When I first started, we were the first cohort that needed a degree. Now it's commonplace to have a master's. And so what that means is that, yes, you still have the hands-on ability, but we also have a lot more knowledge. So we're able to interpret the result better. We're able to improve the patient's information so that they're able to be able to diagnose what the patient has, what's the correct treatment for that patient. It's so much faster, so much clearer. There's no more ambiguity over the results.
You, our people, are the backbone of our trust and of the NHS. Thank you for all that you do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. As we celebrate the NHS's 75th birthday today, we look forward to what the next 75 years has in store for us and the NHS, providing truly modern, integrated and outstanding healthcare in a new hospital.